Hi everyone, today's lesson in A Course in Miracles is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And it's lesson 169, By Grace I Live, by Grace I Am Released. And it's such a high frequency lesson. It is just absolutely stunning. And let's look at some of the ideas that are being taught in this because it is gorgeous. First line says, Grace is an aspect of the love of God which is most like the state prevailing in the unity of truth. Right? He says there is a state in this world called grace that is very much, or at least as close as you can get to your true essence. Right? It is the world's most lofty aspiration, for it leads beyond the world entirely. That is so gorgeous, right? If you're in a state of grace, it'll lead you beyond all of this. And we know that the world isn't real, right? We know that there isn't any world. It is past learning, yet the goal of learning. I love that. You know, you cannot teach grace, you cannot teach the state of grace. And yet, practicing these mind training lessons of A Course in Miracles will lead you into that state. Yeah? For grace cannot come until the mind prepares itself for true acceptance. I love it. Like you have to ready your mind, right, for truth, for the light, for God. You have to empty it. You have to vacate the space within your mind where truth can enter, right? That's the whole mind training. The whole mind training is on learning. The whole mind training is on doing. Everything that you believe, everything that you define yourself as, none of it is so, right? So we all learn so that what is true can be given us, right? It's a learning to unlearning, if you will. Beautiful. I love this line. Listen to this one. Grace is acceptance of the love of God within a world of seeming hate and fear. Seeming hate and fear, right? Again, the hate and fear that you see out there is yours. It isn't anyone else's. It's your world, right? You see your own thoughts projected out in the world. Mm-hmm. But it's seeming because remember, there is only love. There is no opposite to love, right? Yes, the opposite to love is fear and hate, but love doesn't have any opposite. What is all encompassing, right? Doesn't have an opposite. So, yeah, seeming. By grace alone, the hate and fear are gone. For grace presents a state so opposite to everything that the world contains that those whose minds are lightened by the gift of grace cannot believe the world of fear is real. When you're in a state of grace, fear is gone, right? Fear, you know it's not real. It's not there, right? You can't find it, right? The miracle has corrected your mind. You've accepted truth. Love it. But grace is not learned. The final step must go beyond all learning. Grace is not the goal that this course aspires to attain, right? That's not it, right? Yet we can prepare for grace in that an open mind can hear the call to awaken, and that's it. Again, you're preparing your mind, you're readying your mind, you're being undone through the miracle of the correction of thought, so that what? The light can come in, right? We call this divine ignorance sometimes, right? Where you literally have decided you truly don't know anything. You don't know how to look upon this, right? You're ready to be shown, right? You're not going to lay your own judgment on this. Show me, right? And really, it's done through forgiveness, isn't it? It's done through forgiveness. It is not shut tight against God's voice. It has become aware that there are things that it doesn't know and thus is ready to accept a state completely different from experience with which it is familiarly at home. Right? That's it. That's what these lessons are practicing, right? Love it. And then it goes into a little bit into revelation, right? We have perhaps appeared to contradict our statement that the revelation of the Father and the Son as one has been already set. But we've also said that the mind determines when that time will be and has determined it. See, again, time, right? All time is going on all the time. There's only the now. Past, present, and future are right here, right? Time is not linear. Time does not pass, right? We need a new idea about time, as he so beautifully expresses in lesson 7 in the workbook, right? Like it looks like, hey, well, I haven't had my revelation yet. Yeah, and you did, right? And you have, right? Because, again, remembering, waking up is a reviewing of what has already been accomplished. Beautiful. Oneness is simply the idea God is. Oneness is simply the idea God is. And in his being, he encompasses all things. No mind hold anything but him. We say God is, and then we cease to speak, for in that knowledge, words are meaningless. I mean, what can I say? Right? When you have an experience of revelation, or when you're in a state of grace, words have become meaningless. Right? They cannot even convey the experiences that you're in. Words fail entirely. Hmm? There are no lips to speak them, and no part of mind sufficiently distinct to feel that it is now aware of something not itself. It has united with its source, and like its source, it merely is. Beautiful, right? He expresses a state of mind that is the opposite of the one in the world, right? As a human being, where you think you're separate, where you think you have a certain identity. That's not what it is talking about. It's talking about an experience from beyond this, right? That's the goal we're trying to achieve. I love it. It says we cannot speak, nor write, nor even think of this at all. It comes to every mind when total recognition that its will is God's has been completely given and received completely. Wow. Listen to this. It returns the mind into the endless present where the past and future cannot be conceived. Love it. It lies beyond salvation, past all thought of time, forgiveness, and the holy face of Christ. The Son of God has merely disappeared into his Father, as his Father has in him. The world has never been at all. Eternity remains a constant state. This cannot be taught. That's who you truly are, right? That's not what we're teaching. What we're teaching is the preparation of the mind for this, and that is through forgiveness, right? That's through forgiveness. This is beyond experience we try to hasten. I'm still reading, right? Yet forgiveness, taught and learned, brings with it the experiences which bear witness that the time the mind itself determined to abandon all but this is now at hand. We do not hasten it, in that what you will offer was concealed from him who teaches what forgiveness means. Beautiful, right? We teach what? Forgiveness. The entire Course in Miracles is nothing but a course in forgiveness. What is forgiveness? It's the idea that you're responsible for this and that none of it is so. Right? You're not forgiving anything that's real. Why is forgiveness easy? Because it isn't real. Right? You always have to keep that in mind, right? When you get for a moment distracted and you think something is being done to you and it's real, then forgiveness will be hard. But that's not it, is it? Beautiful. Beautiful. Ah, this is such a great lesson. I'm trying to see if I can just skip a little because you want to just read the entire lesson, right? Beautiful. Forgiveness is the central theme that runs throughout salvation, holding all its parts in meaningful relationships, right? Beautiful. Wow. So really, and then it says at the end, it says, be grateful to return, as you were glad to go an instant, and accept the gifts that grace provided you. You're carrying them back to yourself. And revelation stands not far behind. Its coming is ensured. We ask for grace and for experience that comes from grace. We welcome the release it offers everyone, right? When I'm healed, I'm not healed alone. All healing, if you're being healed, everyone is being healed along with you. They have no choice, right? Healing cannot be contained. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a lesson. By grace I live, by grace I am released. Read it today if you have a moment. It's one of those lessons where he's trying to express what cannot be expressed, right? He's talking about a state that is completely unfamiliar to the human mind. However, those of you who have had the experience know exactly what it is and know that absolutely Words fail entirely to express that, right? It's not even close. It's unlike any experience in space time, and yet, the lessons of the workbook of A Course in Miracles prepare you. They don't teach it, right? They can't teach revelation, but they can't teach grace, but they prepare your mind for it. That's it. That's all you're being asked. You're being asked to prepare your mind. You're being asked to forgive, right? And that takes practice, but so be it. Let it be a joyful practice, right? Realize that everything that's happening to you, regardless of what it is a lesson, right? All things are lessons God would have me learn. They're not accidents. There's no such thing as accidents in the universe of God. It's not possible. These are lessons, right? And they come in different forms. And finally, it's just a single lesson, right? The single lesson is I am as God created me, right? But they're different forms and they have different aspects and different emphasis, but they finally are different forms of the same universal lesson. So I just wanted to read that to you for a moment. It's one of my favorite lessons in the Course in Miracles. I hope it's yours as well. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. I love you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you out there.